It shouldn't be. I'm your friend. That's the point that I'm making to you.
Sometimes you gotta fight your friends, though, man.
I would not.
I know.
I would not.
Yeah,
I would not.
Not at 40.
Not me.
Not at 40.
Not at 40.
At 23, you fight your
Fuck
friends.
no, at 40, I'm not fighting.
Come on.
Who the fuck said we was friends?
The hell do I look?
I'm not fighting none of my friends at 40. No.
Microphone check 1, 2. What is this? The JBP boys are not here. So when 6 weeks in a row happened of Rory challenging me to a fight and his hands, and me not being so comfortable in that because I don't necessarily play like that, and I'm listening back, and to me I'm being expressive saying, yo man, I don't play like that with my friends. And on the playback I hear him say, yeah, but what if we not friends? Whoa, I gotta take a look at that. Yeah, I attempted to address it, man. I hit Rory and say, yo dog, do me a favor, take a couple pods off. And I gotta be honest, it didn't go to greatness.
It did not. It did not. It did not.
To me, it was more so like, yo, is this still respect as friends here? Like, fuck, like, performing and entertainment. Like,
right.
As friends, is it still respect here?
Right.
Because if it's not, then let it be that, and we can go our separate ways as men.
You have a really good tendency of seeing an open wound and
don't do that.
Throwing an entire can of salt on it.
We built something together, and we have an issue. And then you tell one of our co-hosts, yo, listen, don't come in. I'm like, well, damn, that's something I think that all three of us should have sat down and talked about before you made that decision.
Out of defense, no, that's Joe. That's Joe. I don't know if that happened. I'm not. It did. I was there.
You niggas left your job, Mo.
That's not what happened, Joe. Joe, you looked me in my face and told me this show was none of my business.
Yeah.
That's what you told me.
I was there.
That's not crazy to you?
I think it's a defense mechanism, but that's just what you do. You don't mince words.
You niggas ain't brought shit and got the nerve to have y'all fucking representation that ain't been around in 6 years hit Ian phone about something.
You say what you feel, and it might not be the best thing to say at that particular time.
And there's years between you and somebody. It's certain ways you handle things. Like, you go about things a certain way. You give people that certain respect to be like, yo, listen, let's try to fix this, and if we can't, you saying what you said to me was really nuts. I'm like, wait, hold, now I really don't know what's going on. You tell Rory not to come in and record, and then you tell me this show was none of my business. And then when he asked you what you meant, you didn't even offer an explanation. That was even more nuts.
My ears are like, this. It's a real simple fight. There's nothing going on. There's not even a fight.
Not really.
I spoke to both of these guys.
It's not a money thing.
It's a miscommunication. It can't be a money thing. It's too much money to go around.
Correct.
Miscommunication.
It's too much money to go around and never be a money thing. It won't never be that with me.
We were trying to just get some type of accounting since 2019, maybe?
No, way before that. He flipped the fuck out, called me insecure for wanting to have a contract.
Yeah, we just wanted the accounting. And I from what I remember in 2019, when we finally got it, there was a quote-unquote $400 and something thousand mistake.
You know, we've all heard the horror stories of fucking business from your mouth directly, if nowhere else. So people have fears that there's shit happening, maybe, or unclear if there's shit happening.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I turned into that guy.
I know.
And I would hope that I have people around me that if for some strange reason I started turning into that guy, they would check me.
I don't care if me and you are best friends. If you're wrong, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. You was wrong to tell Rory not to come in and record. That was wrong.
So,
I don't know what accountant makes a $400,000 mistake.
So,
but okay, you know, everybody, nobody's perfect, so I'm putting that out there. But it was just a little weird to me.
Hey, let's step even further than that, because there's people running around putting mud on my name, not Rory and Maul. Don't y'all think that. I would never use the platform that they helped to build to say a negative utterance about them. It's not who Joe is. I never saw the day.
What day what?
That y'all would not be here.
I never saw the day with you when you would look me in my face and tell me this was none of my business.
When you hear these two gentlemen speaking about day one, neither one of them were present day one.
The original SoundCloud, episode number 1, and our SoundCloud is under my email. I set that entire page up on episode 1. My mans did the artwork. In retrospect, not the greatest.
Right.
Rory popped up around episode 9. 10, 11, 12, one of those, 16. It was somewhere around there. Nobody asked him to. Nowhere was he in my thought process.
But to say I popped up on episode 20 is a little weird. Super weird. And then to say I wasn't even on your brain, period, when it came to, what I want to do with this podcast. Joe, you sat me down on episode 5 and said, hey, can you come on this podcast, please?
I don't feel like you should be able to say we created it together if you leave it so freely.
We've addressed that.
I know.
And you've agreed with it and then danced around it and then agreed with it again and then did more semantics. So I'm not going to address that anymore.
Okay. I've been sitting here growing a resentment toward my friends. I psychoanalyze my friendships. And in doing so with Maul, him and I have been through everything in the world together. We've gone to jail. We fucked the women.
He psychoanalyzes his friends. I thought that was the weirdest fucking thing on earth.
Right. You understand that now,
simply,
though. You understand what that energy was about now, though.
We've done this, we've done that, we've done it all.
You guys lived together for how many years?
He lived with me for a certain amount of years.
Oh, I lived with you. You making it sound like, nigga, I wasn't. When you met me, I had money in my pocket, nigga. I might have had more money in my pocket than you had if we keeping it 100.
My position in his life has always been one of protection.
In open arms, I think.
If this relationship were ever transactional from way back yonder, that has been one way.
So don't try to paint me like I'm some nigga that you found on the street and I was fucked up, I was homeless, and I was sleeping on your couch. I'm hiding detergent and all this shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Let's talk about what you hiding. Because every time it's a talk about accounting, it's always some argumentative energy coming from you only, not from me, not from you.
Never.
I'm never arguing about money, especially not with my niggas. I'm not doing that.
I have intel from that side that says they fully understand what their contract says and means, and they just have an issue with it.
People think that we work for Joe and we're employees and we get a salary. That's not what it was. We have a percentage-based contract.
And also people...
So we have to ask for accounting because how else will we know what we're supposed to get? We need to see the numbers. We get a percentage of whatever comes in for the podcast.
So we get to accounting, which is in our contract that was drawn up by Joe's lawyer, my lawyer, Maul's lawyer, super standard with profit.
I sent over accounting that was beautiful. It was packaged. Hey, Marnie, I love you. It was packaged the way it needed to be. And it painted a real clear picture of what you should be paid.
I don't know how dumb you think I am, but accounting is not some shit you send in a 5-line item in the body of an email.
Right.
Just want to make that clear.
Right.
And when I asked for accounting, I didn't think asking for what's in your contract is such a fucking crazy thing to ask somebody, your friend or not.
I'm paid well. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, so are they. So are they. Let's just say what it is, man. There are 100 million ways for me to fuck them in a contract, but unfortunately, they don't know that. This don't gain you leverage.
Well, no, because they're essentially calling you a liar. Let's just call it.
Well, then Rory's little measly ass.
Then I watched Joe say, in a very condescending, sarcastic tone,
I don't know. It's not you, Joe. It's not you I don't trust. What if it's wealth management?
it's not that I don't trust you, it's that I don't trust wealth management. Fam, yeah, I don't care how condescending you say that. And it contradicts the fuck what you were saying. I never thought you was stealing.
Right.
I'm trying to understand what the fuck they're doing over here, because this is incorrect.
Right.
And I sit behind this expense.
Tell me what I should have done, Parks. What should I do? You'll never see my books. I'm consistent in that. The accounting looks beautiful. And these two gentlemen have been overpaid for years.
A body of an email and an Excel spreadsheet that people punch numbers into is not accounting. I don't care what you say. As a profit partner, that's not how it works.
It's not accounting.
We get caught up with ourselves sometimes, and we need our friends to check us. Yo, don't ever think that Joe is above my friends checking me. I know I'm nuts. He was questioning my friendship and my character as someone that has overpaid him and overprotected him. But you don't get to hold the cards for reentry. Why does he keep talking that way? Can somebody answer me?
Because you
don't say nothing. Don't worry about it.
And again, my thing is, it's not about the money. It just became a point where the respect level just started to disappear, and you start talking to me like I work for you. And it's like, my nigga, I don't work for you.
Rory, you are in breach of your contract, and from this point forward, you are fired.
And when he told you to miss a few episodes, when you sent me that text, I'm like, okay, this nigga trying to play the boss card.
And you're not welcome back. Does anybody in here have a problem that I'm the person that has to say that?
No. You start to realize like this industry, this
Maul, I'm the person that has to say that.
This field that we're in is not for people that are cut from a certain cloth, man.
Not at all.
It's just not, because niggas don't have morals, niggas don't have integrity.
The gall of you to think that you are observing the way that I am, to think that I have to come to you about a problem I have with another man.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pull away from this in a minute because I don't even know who this nigga is anymore, and I don't know who this nigga think he talking to.
We have things sorely mistaken around here. That's not ego and arrogance. It's realism.
So when he started talking like that, and I told you this, I said, fam, I'm not even sure who this nigga is anymore. Because he's saying things, he's moving a certain way, he's wearing funny hats. I don't know who this nigga is anymore.
Don't do that.
I'm just being real. I never seen a nigga wear a Mary hat in my life.
I wasn't mad at some of that, man.
I'm just saying I've never seen a nigga wearing a Mary hat in my life. So that for me was telling. I was like, oh, this nigga's, he's transforming into somebody else.
Yeah.
I love when podcasts go through this type of turmoil. I do. If Rory was here, I was coming to ask him if he is a liar, if he is a manipulator, if he willfully and purposefully misleads, if he believes his words to match his actions.
Maybe there's a bunch of adjectives for me trying to force this podcast to keep going. It's not measly. It's not liar. It's not manipulator.
No.
I think people have accused you of the first several of those questions.
Give it to me.
I think people think that you come up in here and preach ownership and maybe aren't giving the guys ownership.
No.
That's a thing that I've seen.
Well, with me, Parks, and I just closed a few deals like this, I believe you're worth the weight that you pull.
Mm-hmm. And I'll have your back on that. It was never that with you.
Did I force something? Maybe. Did I try too hard to make sure the shit
No.
because I really thought we could get back to it?
No.
Maybe.
No, you know what you did? You did what you were supposed to do as a friend.
I think that when my brothers return, this thing will be better than it's ever been. But be clear, I'm not trying to say that Savon is a replacement for Maul or Rory. And the funny shit is, I know Maul and Rory ain't home thinking that.
Right. Like, yo, I've spoke to them. They ain't thinking that.
Hey,
good.
Hey, they feel pretty secure in their jobs right now, right?
They good.
But we can't go to our corners and then you pop up on the show that I helped build and Rory helped build with two new niggas, and no disrespect to them. No disrespect. I don't even want them to feel like it's negative energy towards them. It's none of that. No disrespect
I fuck
to them.
with Ice and Ish.
I'm just saying
they good people.
You tried to make it look away. What you tried to do was you tried to move us out, prove that you can keep the show going without us, because all you really want to do is put two niggas on there that's going to take a salary, because that was your thing with us when we started talking about accounting. Yo, when this deal is over, I'm putting y'all on a salary. What's the first thing we said? It's not happening.
And I mean, listen, we took the hit from the sabotage attempt, the numbers left, and the numbers came right back, and everything looks great. So now, if you're an NBA team and you're in that position, you're looking at the replacements who came in on a rookie contract and kind of held it down versus the superstars that are really, really expensive.
I know what you're doing. You're going to sit here and try to play, oh yeah, I could do this with anybody,
No, I know that.
Cool. I know that that's what you always wanted. You wanted to move me and Rory out. You was going to try to wait till our contract was over, because you know I wasn't going for no salary contract. Rory's already told you he wasn't. But then now you could bring in two other people that's gonna have to roll with the salary contract because they didn't build this show. So yeah. I know how you trying to spin it. It's fine, bro. I don't care about that. But please don't try.
Also said that he could get both them for the price of half of one of us.
Of course he can.
No, he said that to me though.
Of course he can. That's what he wants. Yeah. He doesn't want to have to pay the money that he would have to pay. Yeah, he said so it's like it's cool
for the price of one of us cut in half.
I'm mad they play good without him though.
I
don't like that.
That's a theme.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. For me? Yeah, right. That trash shit y'all was putting out. That shit was terrible. That shit was terrible.
You already turned down our fight.
He said it again.
That shit was terrible.
You already turned down our fight. Stop trying to touch me.
It was.
Stop. If anybody in here didn't know, let me explain to y'all. I am in charge because I'm the guy that's never gonna waver.
The three of us all owe each other something because we're friends.
What do you think I owe y'all?
As friends, I think back to the respect thing and the understanding thing and
in the entitlement thing. What do you think I owe you, Rory?
Oh, just as I'm not talking anything outside of friendship, and that comes down to respect.
What do you owe someone in friendship? I'm asking.
Respect and communication amongst each other.
I owe that to strangers in the street.
Different level of it.
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
Not to me.
Okay,
You owe strangers in the street respect?
Yeah, small. I respect people in the street as I go about. That's how I carry myself.
The same level of respect.
That is how I carry myself. Yes.
That's not what I asked you. I said, do you owe them that? A stranger. Do you owe a stranger respect?
I freely give it.
Do you owe a stranger respect?
No.
Okay, so then you can't say that. I'm talking about friends.
But you don't.
You owe friends respect.
I don't believe that.
Yes, you do.
You don't believe that you owe your friends respect?
I don't believe that.
If it's one thing I've learned throughout this, I'm never gonna expect anybody to move how I move. So that's fine. You owe your friends respect, and then in this case, when your friends, you built something with your friends, and your friends have built something with you, and have created something with you, and have grown something with you, absolutely you owe them respect. 1,000,000%. There's no way around it.
I feel I owe my friends respect. Me personally, I feel I owe my friends respect.
That's why they're your friends. You respect each other.
That whole old respect thing, that whatever we was going back and forth, some people like questioning my character. Let me ask you something. Do you psychoanalyze your friends?
By what? What do you mean?
Do you psychoanalyze your friends?
Yeah, for sure.
Ian, do you understand what I'm saying? Corey, do you understand? Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Joe and I's tension initially really came from him throwing personal shots, not the way we make jokes about our personal lives. Mm-hmm. Not that. Mm-hmm. Personal shit that only him and I knew that he would take shots publicly on that podcast. To the point, it's like, this ain't for the audience. Only you and I know. Why are you making all these little shots?
Right.
That's what started pissing me off.
Rory just changed the nickname game. He has individual nicknames. Like maybe Parks is gonna call him Young Chin Chet. I won't. What you gonna call him?
I won't. What's for clarity?
Irish Spring.
I'm gonna call him Cupcake or something. Fruity Pumpkin, something nice. Pumpkin Pie.
Fruity Pumpkin.
Yo.
Fruity Pebble Pumpkin.
Yo, you good?
I'm good, man. Come on. Hey, let's get to the next two bars.
Yeah, I bet.
I wonder how much money all the Duce niggas is making.
You counting the Duce nigga pockets?
At least we have accounting over there.
Counting their pockets? Why you counting their pockets?
It's unfortunate, man. I wish my friends knew me. I wish they had better foresight to see how this would play out.
We received accounting, and then there was a $400 and something thousand quote unquote mistake. And after that, we never got accounting again.
You're one of the most generous people I've ever worked with, especially when things are good. And I think on the downside of that, when things are tough, people that are close to you and are friends with you need to know when they need to give a little too, to help out, as opposed to being a burden.
I say to Ian, yo, I've been stacking my bread. I'm fine. People look overworked, and we're doing a lot of shit right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I can just tell the morale is, I can just see it, that people are just overworked.
No, Patreon it wasn't seeing it. They expressed it to us.
It's not my place to say, even though they said
it's my place to say.
Even though they said their place about me, I still don't return the favor when people do shit to me.
I'm saying it. People expressed that they were overworked and underpaid.
So, I say to Ian and Joe, I don't care what narratives you spin, anything, whatever. I said to Ian, don't pay me this month or next. Don't give me that amount of money.
I remember.
And that was a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
I said, don't pay me. Let's put it into production. Let's put it into the guys. This is not about money to me. Let's keep this shit moving.
Right.
Like, I don't need this shit.
Right.
We could just stick to whatever contract. I don't need this. Like, I don't need it right now.
Because you even came to me with that. You was like, yo, we should, the first month Patreon check, we should both just give it to the guys.
Yeah.
Camera guys, Savon,
like,
Alex,
fam, these people,
Parks.
Everyone looks like they're
Parks.
Working crazy.
Parks.
Welcome to episode 437 of the Joe Budden podcast.
Which podcast?
Yeah, see, we here. It got to be this way though.
I was excited to have a nice, friendly pod with all the guys. And yet here we are with half an empty room.
I wake up to someone screaming into the phone of how ungrateful I am.
Yeah.
How I don't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah.
Any of this. And I'm like, what are you? Joe, I said, don't pay me.
Right.
And he's like, yo, you know, Patreon got has nothing to fuck to do with you. Fuck you. Fuck all this. This ain't just shit. Why the fuck you even talking about shit? I'm like, your manager called me in a payout for Patreon. I said, just give it to everyone else.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Thought you were being a stand-up honorable guy.
I just think that's just some shit to do for the bigger picture for everybody. I don't care about money.
Right.
Rory and Maul can go start a podcast. Well, no, they can't. Not at least for another year. By contract. If they do, I'm going to sue the fucking pants off of them.
But if every time we present some shit about accounting and you want to start arguing to them, well, audit me then, fam, I'm never taking my niggas to court. And the first thing you say is, if y'all try to start a podcast, I'm suing the pants off of y'all. Who are you, my nigga?
At that point,
who did you just turn into? Everything that we stood for on this podcast all these years about, you know, corporate fucking over the creatives and this, that. Like, I've seen Joe do fucked up shit in business and music to companies and labels, but I don't care about that because they owe us anyway, so fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Never in a million years did I think you would be sitting somewhere talking crazy about me. Not a nigga like me, a nigga that ain't been nothing but stand up with you.
No, I don't want to.
You think your promise means something to me?
I would hope so.
It doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Your promise.
I don't have a girlfriend. No.
Promises, contracts, none of that shit means anything to me.
You have no promises with your friends?
No.
Damn.
Why not though?
I'm not promising you kings anything. What are you talking about?
I mean,
No, he meant his promise. He's telling you I promise.
and
and you're saying no.
nothing.
Not you promising nothing.
Fam, you know how fast I'll lie on a promise?
Joe's response was, I don't give a fuck about no contract. I don't honor no contracts. And Crook just laughed like, all right, well, if that's how you feel, what are we even talking about? Like, I can't, it's no talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said that, I'm like, you don't honor no contracts. Well, and here we are today.
Trust me, and that's another
Let's go, Rory. I'm sorry that you still think you have the option to figure out what you want to do. Let me help you. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're both fired. Everybody's fired. You're fired.
I don't play with that. You could steal from me. You could take money from me. You could do whatever you want. But one thing you not going to do is defamate my character and try to put me out here to the people like I'm some nut ass nigga. We not doing that.
Never asked for this drop. I never asked for this drop in here, Rory. You piece of shit. I never asked you to show up when my son was born either. I never asked for nothing. It's Parks. It's Parks' house. It's Parks' engineering. It's Parks' kindness and grace, you fucking piece of shit.
Fuck this podcast. Fuck this money. Fuck all of this shit. You not gonna defamate my character, my nigga. I've been too solid of a nigga. Too solid of a nigga for you to ever sit somewhere and try to defamate my character. We not doing that. When you said that fuck shit you said to me at Parks' crib, talking about you, this is none of your business, I knew what it was then.
The hell is going on with the pod? The fellas weren't there. Is it over?
And I told you that, Rory. I said, yo, Rory, it's over.
Oh, man, they're going to call me a sociopath.
So let's just leave it at that, fam, and stop lying to the people, man. Like, give the people we gave the people the truth. But then you should give the people the truth as well. Don't sit there and spin no narratives and just lie and create shit. No, fam, this comes down to we have a profit agreement, a percentage-based contract with each other, and every time we asked for accounting, there was a problem. You never wanted to give nobody accounting. You don't want to show us the real numbers from the deals and all of this other shit. And it's like, all right, fam, what are we doing? Because, again, we have this contract, and if you're not going to honor this contract, like you said in front of other people, then it's like, this shit ain't going to work. It's not going to work. And if you don't, like I said, if respect ain't there, I'm not there.
Go and buy all the Amiri shorts. He will not leave no Amiri shorts for the rest of us.
You know what else he bought?
What?
He bought an Amiri hat.
I know, he's buying Amiri everything.
And I was dying when I saw it.
What?
Because
the Amiri hats are fly.
Moving on, yo.
Are they not fly when he wears them?
Oh, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it alone. We cool.
Do you guys have
No, we don't have Amiri hats.
Do you have a hat that you'd like to offer in the Amiri hat challenge?
Nah, I'm cool.
No, you just think it's a bad hat.
Nah, I didn't say nothing about the hat. I just said it was funny that he bought a Amiri hat.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, move it on. I said move it on twice already. Let's just move on.
I bought the Amiri overalls. I don't think y'all understand who y'all fucking with. Like, y'all have seen some of the outfits I've gone outside in. Holy pajamas, holy tank tops, dirty, stainy t-shirts. I've walked outside looking like misery in the flesh. And y'all think y'all are gonna shame me in a Amiri hat? Are you guys that stupid or no?
Fair. We're not shaming you. We just said move it on. We're not shaming you.
Yeah, but you don't even get to move on me. You don't even get to move on me. Now listen, we talking about the Amiri shit with Baby, and of course we kidding around, ha ha ha.